headed now to Zauritz, a small beach town 2 hours from Pamplona, and I'll be staying there in a surf camp, and then going to Running of the Bulls. I'm the Mad Traveler. I'm traveling the world, and this is my adventure.
We just got to the tent camp. Stoke Travel Party. There's one of the girls that works here. Here is my tent. We got a teepee, actually. Check this out. Look at this. This is going to be a shit show when everyone comes back to sleep. Just got here. The first thing they do is give you a beer. There's my beer right there. We are walking to the beach from Zauritz in Spain for the Stoke Travel deal. My goodness, is that beautiful. Just take a look. I think I'm getting secondhand high. Drink it, Daywalker! This is the center of Pamplona. After the opening ceremony. It's basically just a crazy show where everyone, including this guy and me, feeling good. And Anita Bonita, how's Österreich? We're having a great time. And and pretty much you drink for the rest of the day, and it's really great.
That's the best classes in the world. Look at that. And I'm Austrian. And
Jesus Christ. 90% of the people here are Australian. It's a little bit over though.
Fuck. Are you serious, guys?
Just after 4:30 in the morning, we're heading to the bull run. Since we're like an hour and a half away by bus, got to get up really early because it starts at 7 or 8 in the morning. The entire internment camp full of Aussies waking up. This is the park where every night, I don't know, thousands of people have been sleeping. And it looks like this every morning. Just random drunken morons sleeping here every night. Down here is where everyone pisses every night. It smells like a goddamn farm here. Also, I'd just like to point out that we saw all of the people that are supposed to be in charge of us for Stoke Travel. It was either snorting cocaine or MDMA, as they're drunk as and trying to lead us. Nice. Feel very safe, comfortable. Now, I didn't record myself running with the bulls because I was more focused on running from the bulls, but it was a crazy experience. So you wake up at around 4:30 in the morning from this camp to then bus into Pamplona. We get there early in the morning and they put you in a little staging area with everyone else that's going to run with the bulls. You're basically like sardines in a can, but you really need to be careful there because 3 people around me got either phone or their cameras stolen. And it's really not a pleasant experience while you're waiting to go onto the street to run with the bulls. Eventually they let you out and you sort of walk down the street to find where you want to wait for the bulls to come. Most of us went after that big curve where the bulls sometimes slip and fall into people and hurt them. So as we get further down the street, we kind of wait along the side. And the worst part about the running with the bulls is not actually the bulls, but how many people are on the side of the street. So it's very hard to be able to push your way over to get out of the way of the bulls. And sometimes the locals will shove you back into the middle of the street right when the bulls are coming. So you really got to be careful of that, and it helps if you're not too small. Now, as we're waiting for the bulls to come, slowly walking down the street, pretty much every couple seconds someone would bang one of the metal grates on the side of one of the buildings and everyone would jump and freak out. So it's very, very tense moments because most of us, most of the foreigners at least, didn't exactly know what to expect. So as the first set of bulls come running down the street, basically there's just panic. And it's a stampede of us running and trying to get out of the way. Now, the thing I notice is as the bulls are running by you, they're not actually trying to kill you. Surprise! The goal of the bulls isn't to just maim and hurt everyone that they see. So they're really just kind of chilling out, running down the street. So when the second group of the bulls came, I waited until they were right next to me and just ran right along them. A meter, 3 feet away from the bulls, just running right next to them, no problem. It was the coolest thing I've ever done. It was so fun, and once you realize the bulls aren't out to kill you, it's not as bad as you thought it was going to be. So it was an awesome, exhilarating experience. The worst part of it though, it wasn't running with the bulls. It wasn't everyone getting their stuff stolen waiting to run with the bulls. The worst part was what happens when you get into the arena and they lock you in there for around 45 minutes and individually let out 4 or 5 bulls to just go crazy in there. As you can see, it gets pretty crazy in the arena. All in all though, I really enjoyed the San Fermin festival. The party on the first day was really fun and definitely worth attending. And the bull run was exhilarating, albeit a bit terrifying. So, I had a great time. The only thing that I did not like was the way that I did the festival. I went with Stoke Travel, and that company provided the tents, the campsite, and the travel to and from Pamplona.
The problem was twofold. First, there are too many Australians and Kiwis. Out of about 600 people on the campsite, maybe 500, 550 were Australian or New Zealanders. And though, to be honest, I would choose those people to party with in a small group any day, especially traveling through Europe, when they're in big groups, you feel like an outsider and it really isn't that fun. Now that problem is going to be the same for all of the Australian or Kiwi tour groups that you take. But the next problem, it's really just the way Stoke Travel was set up is like a crazy person set it up. It's staffed with morons who are always drunk and high, often staying up for days at a time, unable to properly guide you and tell you what to do, and more important, what not to do during the bull run so you don't die. And the breakfast they give you before the bull run is so small, so lacking, and so disgusting that it leaves you feeling empty, and it left me also sick. So you're left in the worst possible state, basically, to run from some giant bulls with big sharp pointy horns. It's really crazy. In fact, my experience with this festival was so soured by the presence of all of the Aussies and the Kiwis and Stoke Travel and the other travel companies that are like it, that I decided not to attend other festivals that were coming up, including the Tomatina and the Oktoberfest, simply because I didn't want to run into these large groups of people again. It's not very fun when it's like that. Now the festival was great. I really, really enjoyed it. But I would never again use an Aussie or Kiwi tour company to experience a festival like that. However, coming up, I'm going to be forced to use one because I already bought the tickets, so we'll see how that goes. But for now, I'm headed to France to visit Toulouse and Lyon before I make a pit stop in a small mountain village in Switzerland and then head up to the Nordic countries. Wait, don't go just yet. Make sure to hit that big subscribe button below so you can follow the journey. Tell me what you think about the video in the comments, and if you liked it, hit the like button and give me a thumbs up.